What's going on YouTube? So you see me backed it into the wall. I was kind of getting held a little high. I didn't want to have contact with them. It was the second to the last race. If I would have had contact and held him, pinched him down, he would have probably got mad and it could have got things tore up worse than what we did. So we're kind of using a little patience and trying to race him clean. And we got a little high out of the groove. There was some water on the track a little bit earlier from a truck that blew a radiator. I don't know if I hit some oil or water or what, but it went around. Not much I could do. We backed it into the wall. Things kind of bent up, tore up. So what we're going to do is pull this back bumper cover off, see how bad it is inside. I already know, so I'm just going to let you guys see. So let me pull a few rivets here and we'll take a look. And then we got all this side. Do these right here. So yeah, we went into the night with a 6-point lead. Things didn't go our way again. We come out with a 1-point lead with one race left. Luckily we do qualify. We're much faster, so we shouldn't have a problem qualifying good. I need some different items for this. So we shouldn't have a problem with qualifying really well and gaining a few more points. And then with the 2 bad nights that we've had the last 2 weeks, gotta find some vice grips. We should start inside third, I believe. So we'll be inside second roll. There. So we should be able to take off and get out front right away. Instead of being held up and pinned in and like we have been the last 2 races, we'll be out front, and once this car gets out front, they ain't catching it. Unless I overdrive it and spin it out. Something to that effect. We definitely got more speed, especially in an open track. We'll just pull away from them so they won't get a chance to try any funny stuff, and it'll be catch me if you can. I did put new tires on it for that race last week, and the right sides kind of grew more than I wanted them to, so we had too much stagger. Car didn't really like it. We had too much stagger in the front, too much in the back. I had tons of air pressure in the left rear and dropped the right rear to get the stagger in the back. The front still had like 2 inches of stagger, so it was kind of sketchy. Free on entry, tight in the center, wouldn't roll through the center very good. I had to kind of wait for the car to turn and then get back on the gas, and then it wanted to kind of snap loose on exit. So we're going to change the left side tires and get some bigger ones on there, or we'll change the right side to put some smaller ones on. Get the stagger back where we need it. This car should be running 16 ones, no problem. Qualifying should be right around 16.1. I think we qualified 16.3. So it was off about 0.2. It won't be next week. That should be it. Still hold on by something somewhere. Oh, nice. It's tight to put it back on. Then this side's all zip tied together because after that damage we had to line that back up for qualifying. So we just kind of zip tie it together. Now you can see what's all bent in there. That doesn't look too good in there, does it? On the side of the frame here, I've got these bars that help protect you from getting too much damage on your quarter panels. And as you can see, the back of the frame here, see it better from this angle. Back of the frame there got bent in because of those bars when it went around. The angle that it hit on the wall shoved them over, causing that to crease right down through here. The back bumper is destroyed. It should look like this, not like that. So we're going to cut all this off, and we're going to go inside here where this is all crinkled out. We're going to cut it straight off flush there. And then we'll probably come over here. I don't know if we're going to cut this side off yet. Ideally, we should cut both sides off so they're the same. Just add some square tubing back in here. Tie these back into the square tubing and then redo our back bumper. Luckily, this brace that I put in, because like I told you before, this was bent up before. I put this brace in just to kind of hold it. Luckily, it just ripped that because I used a small tubing rather than crushing into the fuel cell. So yeah, shouldn't be too bad of a deal. The biggest thing is, like I said, where it crushed this part of the frame. It didn't hurt any of the car. As you've seen, we fired it right back up and went right back to racing. That's the one good thing about a metric chassis, is because the rear end's held in up in front with the lower trailing arms, rather than a leaf spring that comes all the way back here and is tied in back here. See, if this had been a leaf spring car like a Camaro, that would have all been folded and we would have been done. But luckily, we're not running a leaf spring car. So we were able to go right back at it. Saved a few points by going and making a couple passes. It took those guys a couple seconds to figure out, well, a few laps after we restarted, for them to figure out who was going to beat who between the 14 and the 5. And once they would clear each other, then I could go to work on them like I did. And by then it was the end of the heat race. So, but we managed to pick up a couple points and go from there. So I'll go ahead and set you guys back up on the tripod. I'm going to grab the grinder and thin cut, start cutting some stuff off, and we'll get her to where we're ready to start putting back on. Oh yeah, still using my homemade tripod. Works pretty good. Get you guys set up. Okay, now I find my grinder. in that last video of the race, for Papa Shrek 1, and I got in the wall and all that, I did have some good footage of a 9/11 tribute. It was national anthem and 21 gun salute and all that. I put some new stickers on the side in memory of 9/11. Had a good racing buddy. His dad passed away Sunday or Monday of last week. So I went and had some in memory of stickers done for him to put on the back. He ended up not showing up to race. He decided to go fishing instead. So we had that on the car for him. We had the in memory of 9/11 on the side. Being we were racing on 9/11, it was first responders night. But anyways, they had a big old ceremony. And I recorded it all, but I didn't put it on the video because I don't know if I'm going to get copyrighted for national anthem and all this other stuff. I don't know. I've got 2 copyright claims against me already. I can't take a chance on another. They played that song, Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning, and the national anthem, so I really couldn't put it on there. I was worried I was going to get a copyright strike, so we just didn't put it on there. I've deleted it since. I should have probably just put it on there and got another strike, I guess. I don't know. YouTube's kind of funny with stuff like that. Let's see, we'll probably start by cutting that side off, the center off. See if we can kind of pry this over a little bit. I don't think we're going to be able to, but. There's one piece. And this piece ain't gonna be so easy. We're gonna have to take that off in sections probably. That is a fuel cell right there, so gotta be careful where I'm throwing sparks. She's folded around there pretty good. Not really good ways to get it folded. Yeah, see? I think we're going to have to get in there somehow and push that bar back out. Don't know how well we're going to be able to do that. I have to use a quarter power on that. You gotta just keep cutting. Because the way it pushed it in there, it's folded around. Since I don't have the porta power here right now, I can get one here later. I got one that, well, I got access to one. I'm going to try and push a little bit with this jack. I don't recommend y'all do this at home. It's kind of sketchy, dangerous. If it flies out and hits me in the head, at least I got a witness. Somebody can call 911 when this video comes out. I'm just joking. I need to find something here. Well, anyways, we're going to get this bar pushed back out here where it belongs. Then we're going to cut all this bent off. We'll add a new section in there. I mean, technically, I could just put a plate here and reattach the bumper, but I want to get that back out. I might even cut that side off to match this with some square tubing, weld it all back in so it all looks original. And then we'll be good to just keep going. Got a little bit of touch-up paint. I mean, this panel's been smashed before. I don't feel like taking it off and putting it into English wheel with one race left. Like I had to do that side. But yeah, so I'll get the porta power and get that straightened out and show you guys the rest of the repair on that. All right, thanks. All right, guys. Attempt number 2. Our porta power hasn't showed up yet, but I've got one of these stock factory jacks that come with like an older vehicle. They're like a scissor type jack. So we got it stuffed down in between there, and we're gonna give her another shot rather than this jack that wasn't working. Our porta power is supposed to be showing up, but I'm kind of in a hurry to get something done here. It's pretty strong. something's making it, either it's not working or it's getting easier. Yep, that didn't do it. So we'll try to reposition. Probably just gonna end up having to cut it off. See if I can hammer it in there a little better. Let's try that. Okay. Find me a piece of bar.
Go ahead.
Something broke. I think the jack broke. Yeah, we broke the bolt. That's stronger than the jack. But we do have another one. Let's see if this one will break.
So what's the difference between that one and the other one?
That one's broke, this one's not yet. That's the difference.
Just being a little comedian, guys.
That one's now scrap metal. This probably isn't going to work. I'm going to have to get the quarter power. We better cut it off and start over. So, well, we're going to give it a few minutes and wait for the porta power and try that. If it don't work, we're going to cut her off. Alright, so we ended up getting set up with the porta power. It was kind of late last night. It was getting dark in here, so I just went ahead and did it. We got that all pushed back over. With metal, once it gets bent like that, you kind of got to go further than normal. So we pushed it a little further over than normal so it wouldn't spring back. And then when we get this piece all cut out up in here and get that back in, then we'll come along and pull that back to it and then weld it back on. We might have went a little too far, but we'll get it pulled back over. I'd rather have it too far than not enough. So we'll get that all fixed and we'll show you how that goes. Alright guys, so we got this side all cut out. We got it cut back beyond this bar here because we're going to plate this and then we're going to come out with the other stuff. My dilemma is, for time's sake, do I want to just fix that side with some other square tubing and leave that side stock, and then it'll look different on both sides. I don't like doing that, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that side off and do them both the same. That way they're identical and it doesn't look like that was a repair job. It'll look like it was meant to be that way, and it'll look professional. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this other side out This video is going to be kind of long. I'll probably just get it all cut out and ready to put back together, and that'll be one video, and then I'll make another one of me putting it back together, and you can see the end product. So, alright, hang tight. I'm sure you don't want to watch me grind and cut, so I'll just go ahead and cut that out and go from there. Alright, guys. So, you know how I told you I saved scrap? All this stuff right here is all scrap. If you remember when we did Papa Shrek's car, this is leftover from cutting his cage in and putting it in his car. So, like I said, I save all that scrap for a reason. Trying to show you guys how you can save money on a budget. It's kind of dark in here, but I got a light coming here in a second. So first of all, like we got it all cut out. Then we're going to put the plate in there. So then once the plate's in there, this is the piece off of that stuff, which is scrap square. That's going to go right in there like that. And then we'll pull this back over and attach it to here. So yeah, that's why I save all this scrap stuff, because if you have to go buy this stuff, it's expensive. Like I said, we got that whole late model chassis for 200 bucks. We sold the front clip to a buddy for 100 bucks for his super late. Put the cage in Papa Shrek's. So yeah, we're all money ahead here. So all that stuff, and as well as the rear clip, which is still sitting out there back over there in the weeds. We got all that stuff still left over from it too. So that's all money in the bank, guys. When you tear stuff up, and if you ain't got a lot of money to go and buy metal, and right now metal's outrageous, so that's what you need to do, guys. Just save everything. I got a big old scrap pile full of metal. All right, we're gonna get back to work. One other thing I forgot to mention to you guys, a little helpful tip, save you some money. Anytime you weld on your car, if you're running like a 4-cylinder Honda or Bomber or whatever with a computer in it, disconnect your battery. If you're running like a street stock, late model, modified, anything like that, you need to go into the distributor and unplug the distributor power lead right here. That'll keep you from burning up your computer, burning up your distributor. You do not want to weld on them when it's plugged in like that, or unhook your battery. Even though we got a disconnect up on the dash, it still runs a current through the chassis, and you're going to burn something up, guys. All right.